Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the eISL powered by Coca-Cola with Norman Gaming as our esports partner, Hero as our associate sponsor, and PlayStation as our platform partner. My name is CA, and I'm joined by Azim on the desk, bringing to you this exciting matchup. But before that, Azim, how are you today?
Oh, very well. Looking forward to seeing. I think all the SCEB Bengal fans have been starved of watching their team, just their third game. But before we get into any of that, let's quickly take you through our tournament format. In case you're just joining, we are smack bang in the middle of our league stage, which will carry on to 13th March. Each match is divided into 3 games, two 1v1s and one co-op. The finals, 4 teams will make it to the finals. The top 4 will play it out between the 19th and the 21st. And then finally, the 2 winning team members will go up against each other to compete for the right to represent India in the FIFA Global Series 2022. So, lots at stake here.
Exactly. Ton at stake trying to get into that prestigious spot. You've only got one up for grab, especially. But talking about what's at stake, there's a massive prize pool behind all of this too. 78 lakh rupees up for grabs. And of course, the top 4 teams that make it to the playoffs, they get a chunk of change for themselves. But it's also that player that is able to outshine everyone else who gets that 4 lakh rupee MVP prize.
Yeah, and speaking of player outshining everyone else, so we have one of those today. We haven't got to see a lot of Ankit Gupta, or is it not Ankit Gupta? Who knows? I guess we'll never know. But Ankit Gupta, of course, he's been on a mad run of form in those 2 games, scoring goals absolutely for fun, scoring crazy goals as well. And so excited to watch him today as we take a look at our leaderboard. You see, SCEB Bengal, only 2 games played, still sitting mid-table in 8th place with a goal difference of plus 14 and 19 goals scored. They're going up against Mumbai City FC, who played 7 games and just have 3 points more than them. So Mumbai City FC with a point to prove today to try and break into the fringes of that top 4.
Yeah, exactly. And SCEB Bengal also are only unbeaten team left with Chennai suffering that loss recently. So we'll see if they can keep that streak going for as long as possible, because as you said, their fans most definitely starving for their matches. But I think the players themselves hungry for those points. They're like, guys, we're unbeaten, but we're at the bottom of the table. Like, no, we don't like this.
Yeah, but it's going to be a cracking first game. Ashwin against Ankit Gupta. And game 2 we have Tikka against Bengal 7. So for Mumbai City FC, the form was very good until a few games ago, but then it suddenly started to drop off just a little bit. We had Tikka, who celebrated his birthday just a couple of days ago, who's been the guy to pull out the clutch results against the big players. So in that sense, I'm a bit surprised that he hasn't been paired to go up against Ankit Gupta.
Yeah, it is quite surprising, but maybe a stylistic choice there, because Ankit does like a lot of crosses. So Ashwin's like, I don't cross, you cross, we will play with each other.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And the number of goals scored, of course, 34 across 7 matches for Mumbai City FC, but 19 across 2 matches for SCEB Bengal. A bulk of those, of course, being scored by Ankit Gupta, who we will be seeing in game 1. For Ashwin, not the highest goal scorer in the world. He's generally been defensively very solid, and also one of the activists for the Ban Dasar campaign that we have been seeing, because I think he has been wronged more than most by the antics of our legendary goalkeeper. But Ankit Gupta, he's always played with a smile on his face, always doing very fun and interesting things. I think him and Mufu probably the most different players, you would have to say, and 2 of the elder statesmen in Ashwin and Ankit Gupta, 24 and 25, and very similar with their FIFA skill ratings.
Yeah, and in that regard, too, this is going to be a very interesting matchup, because that skill rating so close. It means that the players mechanically very close, but form-wise, you can see this is why 2 matches played and 11 goals already scored. This is why we're talking about this player possibly being a candidate for that MVP prize. But for now, let's head straight into this match. We get to see that SCEB Bengal home kit finally. That's really nice.
Yeah, and it's going to be the first proper, like, stern test, you would have to say, for SCEB Bengal and indeed Ankit Gupta, because they have played ATKMB and Hyderabad FC, who are teams languishing towards the bottom. And of course, he has gone up against maybe not the form player for Hyderabad FC in DK, And you could see a bit of banter between the two of them in that game as well, saying कि यार ये DK के साथ होता ही है, उसका नसीब ही खराब है. But we do see Lothar Matthäus in as well. We see a pause cued by Ashwin, maybe a early tactical change or just something to do with controls. We will find out sooner or later. But lots of the ball being kept by Ankit Gupta. Let's see what he has in his locker. Oh, that's a sweet turn, but well defended by Ashwin.
Yeah, and another stylistic choice that we noticed there from Ankit, Ronaldo starting, he's mostly used as a super sub in the matches we see, but Ankit clearly prefers him, and I mean, quite obvious given what we know about him, he will want that heading presence in the box. So, very much a stylistic choice, and we'll see how it works out because Ashwin, his exact opposite. As whenever he can, he'll go for the pass. I mean, in fact, we were talking about this earlier today as well, where even through corners, Ashwin is one of those players who's like not really comfortable with the crosses just yet.
Oh yeah, and he's got into a decent position over here. Had the opportunity to try and get a through ball in, but deciding to take it a little bit slow. Of course, you have to be very cautious and make sure that you're also defensively set while attacking against a guy like Ankit Gupta. You see very aggressive offside trap being used there by Ankit Gupta. And now on the counter attack, he's a very instinctual player. He'll look for that ball in behind. He has, there you go, he's using Ronaldo 9. Will he go for a cross to the back post or a cut back? Does cut it back, and Gullit smashing it past the near post. Big opportunity for SCEB Bengal goes begging.
Yeah, Gullit barely missing that near post, but on his weak foot, so maybe perhaps that's the problem. But yeah, as you can see, Ashwin focused, clearly making some changes through. Tikka approves, so we'll see how this works out. For now, though, I mean, Ankit Gupta definitely looks like he is in control, but I think he will also have in his mind what you mentioned, which is the fact that for Ankit Gupta himself, like this is a bigger test than what he's faced in the first two games, where even against Hyderabad, DK not really having his day. But you know what? अगर बात करी जाए नसीब खराब होने की, then given the fact that Ashwin is one of our activists in the Van der Sar campaign, उनकी नसीब ज़्यादा अच्छी नहीं रही है.
Yeah, and नसीब की बात करते हैं तो SC East Bengal का we've seen Ankit Gupta just have those almost everything just go completely his way. Those chips into the top corner, everything working out beautifully. But hang on, Ankit is under a bit of pressure. Ashwin over there. Again, you see that hesitancy when he doesn't have that perfect shot available on the strong foot. And Ankit Gupta again now using Matthäus as that linchpin in midfield. Quite interesting that only 2 or 3 players really prefer using him. Would be probably worth having a conversation with them to ask why they prefer that particular player. Great switch of play to find Ronaldo, and now firing the ball in. But Ashwin, of course, very solid, very organized at the back.
Once again, I think for Ashwin it has to be a matter of building up the momentum from the start towards the end. I mean, he has been the player who is able to consistently find those late goals, late bounce backs, but recently been frustrated a lot, of course, because of that hesitation maybe, or maybe that's where the hesitation itself coming from. But right now, driving into the box with Gullit, had a little bit of space, but again, trying to get it on the stronger foot, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and I think over there was probably the moment to try a little bit of a short fake or a ball roll. And again, you see that ball in behind being used to absolute perfection by Ankit Gupta, and he has the shot with Pele, goes for it, was heading into the top corner but saved by Van der Sar.
Yeah, going for that corner setup, has the long ball towards the far post, and Ronaldo, for that exact reason, he's in the team. Unfortunately, though, missing that header.
Yeah, and just narrowly past the post over there, but good open game this one. Both teams getting into the box, creating shooting opportunities, and obviously for Ankit Gupta, it's a bit of a change that he's not 3-0 up by this time already. So it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts, because Ashwin is giving him a test. He's found the ball in just about almost to Pele. And we'll see Ankit now. Will he go for that long ball in behind again? He's got Ronaldo running down the left flank and drifting into an offside position, so he has to change. Does very well to maintain possession there with Gullit, and will look to just get his passing going again. Will he fire it into Ronaldo? He does, and again well marshalled using Marquinhos.
As you said, a very open game so far. I think the players are so far just being a little cautious, though, not necessarily taking that extra risk. That ball is perfect. Is that not offside? It is not, but Oh boy, Van der Sar can do it all. Sweeper keeper, diver keeper. He's the OG keeper. I mean, not the actual OG keeper, but in this game, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he can do everything. You can play centre forward. You can ask him to be the referee for a while. He'll do whatever you want. He takes requests. He's like a DJ almost. As the ball, Vieira there leaving a bit of a leg in on Ronaldo just to let him know that he's here. But ooh, that was a very interesting ball. Two-footed lunge on the keeper. If this was FIFA 99, he would have been sent off for that. But unfortunately, those rules don't apply in this game, and we can see Mumbai City FC coming forward yet again. So we have seen a lot of shooting opportunities, but apart from maybe that one with Gullit, no real clear shot on goal. But both teams able to get to that point of just about getting that shot away and then finding it blocked. And maybe Ashwin can change that with this attack. He's got Pele over there. You know he's going to go for the right foot, and there you go. It's blocked off. And you're right, say. I think it is worth for Ashwin to just, as a surprise to the opponent, maybe, because everyone's expecting him to take the shot on the strong foot, just to surprise them once in a while.
Yeah, because especially from him itself, we've seen those plays come in when he's confident, right? He's the player who's not hesitant to smash it near post because he'd been going far post for every single shot before trying to go across goal, and then he's able to get a near post. I think it is a matter of confidence. He's trying to just make it perfect, 100% play, perhaps, and continuously not finding room on that. But I have to say, defensively, absolutely compact because we haven't seen a single player so far able to really disturb Ankit Gupta so much. He has, as you've said, just had everything go his way. He's never really been challenged. And in this game, it looks like Ashwin has done a good job defensively of challenging.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Ashwin's defense has been absolutely on point. Both defenses have been reasonably on top. I think on the overall balance of the game, I think they've seemed like very well matched players. They're both attacking with a reasonable amount of flair, but also able to pull out the defense, pull out those clutch tackles when they're needed.
Right.
And Ashwin, you were using the opposition Pele as a bouncing board for that and getting it back. And I think as we approach, if it remains 0-0 close to around 70 or 80 minutes, I would be interested to see whether one of the teams will actually go for it, take a few risks, or would they be happy with just a draw?
I actually want to know if Ashwin just inverted his fullbacks or if that's been a thing all game, because Theo Hernandez is on the right and Cafu is on the left. So inverted fullbacks, definitely a tactic to hold on right now. Ronaldo with a ton of space, the shot for Ankit, but it will not land. It is the corner for Ashwin. We'll get back to the fullback conversation in a bit, because right now it is that once again routine towards the long post. He will find the header this time, but finds that right.
Yes, and Ashwin now changing camps to the Van der Sar Bachao Andolan, saying yes, Van der Sar is the man, he's the best, because he has come to his rescue on two quick fire occasions in the last couple of minutes. Ankit now almost looking like, hello, what's this? Why am I not 5 goals up already? What's happening here? Not used to this situation. So obviously he's going to have to use more than mechanical ability. I think take a leaf out of Shubham's book and start using some tactical changes, some tactical switches, maybe a new set piece routine. We have seen him do very innovative things with his corners. Going for the safe one this time. Oh no, he's shifted it out a little bit. Finesse shot into the corner, and again Van der Sar being put to the test.
Yeah, once again though, the same corner routine. This time Gullit on the box. The deflection falls his way, but Marquinhos not able to find the kick in time, and Ashwin will be able to reset the play, get his own attack going. So close yet so far for Ankit Gupta. Not a feeling he's regularly felt.
Yeah, and we do see Lionel Messi has I don't know if he's been brought on or he was on from the beginning, because we haven't seen a lot of him in case he was. But Lionel Messi will be a player that he wants to get on the ball to unleash that left foot shot with. For the moment though, Ashwin playing pretty patiently. You can see, of course, Ankit's very compact defense over there. No channels to pass into, and on the counter attack, I don't know, maybe it might be worth for Ashwin to take a leaf out of Ankit's book and be like, you know what, let me try to sit back for a little while and hit him on the counter attack, because when the defense is completely set up, I think Ankit Gupta has had an answer to everything he's thrown at him so far.
Absolutely, and it has to be that moment of brilliance to disrupt him. But I think for Mumbai City FC itself, given the form Ankit has been in, maybe a draw wouldn't be so bad. I don't think Ashwin personally would be happy with a draw because he usually is quite critical once that win. And hey, see if he's able to get it. But right now, it is SCEB Bengal on the attack. Ronaldo setting up the 1-2, going for the run, but a little too telegraphed, I guess.
Oh my goodness, and I thought he just was about to drop the ball onto an opposition player's foot for a moment. It was heart and mouth. I think a reason for that is that the action happens just that little bit later, but we do see now Ronaldo on the right flank will be looking to get it across. Of course, it's Ashwin, so of course not. But he's found Ronaldo 9 in the box, gets the opening, and again, I think just hesitating too much over there would have been worth just taking that shot early.
Ashwin on the corner, looking for that again. Standard routine. Neither player really covering. Has Ronaldo. And counter for the side of SCEB Bengal. We've seen these be devastating sucker punches. He found the through ball, but Marquinhos too fast.
Yeah, and almost for just one brief moment, I believe that Ashwin was finally going to press that that square button and get a ball into the box, but not to be. My dreams remain unfulfilled. And well, he gives the ball away. He had the opportunity very briefly in that move to get a ball in behind, but that gap shut, I think, just before he could spot it. And we have reached now that 73-minute mark, and both teams, I get the feeling right now, because this game is very high stakes particularly for Mumbai City FC, that Ashwin will just want to not lose this game above all else. Oh, hang on!
Oh, across! Ashwin just crossed!
I mean, I'm sorry, that's why I'm a bit speechless right now, because I did not have commentary prepared for that moment. I just haven't written a script for Ashwin pressing the cross button. But he did put the ball in, and I think that's what he needs to do. A little more surprises, just get Ankit thinking a little bit. Because if you're just predictable all the time, then it comes down to just mechanical ability, and these players are all very evenly matched when it comes to that, and a lot of this is about outthinking, outfoxing, out-tacticking your opponent, and maybe Ashwin needs to do a bit more of that.
Absolutely, right? Especially because of the way he plays his wingers. He's not the inverted winger player. He likes his wingers on the stronger foot. Perfect for those crossing, and that last cross, it got him a ton of space. But right now, Ashwin with a very strong tackle, he's got the ball back, and I think he's going to look to control it, especially given the fact that it's towards the last segment of this game. Just about 8 game minutes left on the clock. So Ashwin, he's going to try to make sure he denies the opportunities to Ankit Gupta, knowing how clinical he can be. But I think a 0-0 would be a deserved result for both of these players if it's the end this way.
Yeah, and might still be a chance for both teams, actually, because if Ashwin actually had...
Wow!
And he scored! He's got Messi with... And I'm quite sure he scored that with his right foot as well. So doing the exact opposite of everything that we've expected Ashwin to do, and he's got the goal finally.
To beat not Ankit Gupta, Ashwin had to become not Ashwin.
Oh, beautiful. Well done. That needs to be a t-shirt.
Oh. But hey, like you said, right? Left foot cross on the gullet, weak foot cross by Ashwin for a weak foot goal. I want to just say that sentence to him in an interview and see his reaction. We're talking about reactions, man. Every single time with Ashwin, it's just a pleasure to watch him react to his plays or even the opponent's plays.
Yeah, and also just want to point out that he absolutely left Tikka hanging for the fist bump over there. So
yeah,
but I think we can forgive him for this one. It's a 85 plus minute goal that he scored, potential winner, and could be a huge blow for him to get the win against Ankit Gupta, who hasn't quite seemed himself, hasn't quite seemed that free flowing, free spirited, experimental player that we've seen for the opening 2 games. And I think maybe a little bit of the experience in the tournament showing for Ashwin right now, because he's played a lot more of these games. But hang on, could be an opportunity here for Ankit Gupta, finding his way through, but well marshalled at the back. Lionel Messi playing at left back now. It's all happening. Will he just try to get that ball clear? He's given it straight back to them. And Eusebio with Matthias, and Eusebio gets the cross in. Surely a goal this time. It's saved by Van der Sar. It's saved.
No more Van der Sar, it's only saving, but hold on, one more chance. Ronaldo Nazario heading it away from goal is not something I thought I'd be saying in this matchup. But hey, you know what? I didn't expect to be saying that Ankit Gupta would have lost because Ashwin, producing a thriller of an end result, gets the win.
Gets the win, and well, it doesn't matter how they come. And I think he'll feel that he's had a lot of very unfortunate defeats, so he'll take the W any which way that it comes. And now it's over to Tikka. But what a breathless second half that was. Don't let the scoreline fool you. 1-0, but that was an absolutely manic last 10 minutes that we just got to see.
Yeah, and at that first test, I mean, props to be given to Ashwin, of course, but Ankit Gupta falling short. The form that we saw against ATK Mohan Bagan, against Hyderabad FC, not there against the more I would say disciplined formation over here by Mumbai City FC. And I think that might be the trouble that I fear Ben faces in the next game as well, because even as much as Ashwin is compact on defense, so is Tikka, and this is going to be a very interesting affair if once again we get Mumbai City FC just running against the run-of-the-mill, like giving a result for us against the run-of-the-mill, maybe even finishing it off with just Tikka. We'll have to see. But right now, Ashwin, he's going to be jubilant. I want to ask him especially, like, hey, what are your feelings on Van der Sar now?
Yeah, because he's really got out of jail. I think those expected goals will be like in the high, like threes or fours for SC's Bengal. But I think we have got to see not just a more disciplined, but also more battle-hardened Ashwin that we've seen, because he's been really through the wars in this tournament. He's had highs, lows. He's had goalkeepers saving everything. He's had to contend with a lot, and even over here, lots of opportunities. This one from Marquinhos as well. And suddenly that goal, which was the complete anti-Ashwin goal that you could think of. And who knows, maybe we'll see an anti-Tikka in this next game as well, where Tikka has generally been the most one of the most unpredictable players in the game. Maybe he'll suddenly start doing predictable things. Who knows? And there you have the goal.
Yeah, I think that was like a ground pass too, if I'm not a ground cross too, if I'm not mistaken, like the double tap on the box. So he didn't just press it once; he pressed it twice.
No, but I think that was the compromise he made. He was like, you know what, I'm principally averse to having the ball in the air, so I'll press the cross, but it will go along the ground. It is not going to go in the air.
Oh boy. Hey, as you said though, like a win is a win no matter how it comes, and the win is crucial here for Mumbai City FC. This was game one, and of course, as we expected, the EXG just a horror story for Ankit Gupta. It's usually the other way around. His goals are more than EXG.
Yeah. But I think this is the, as we said, the anti-Ashwin game where he's been on the receiving end of exactly this result. Yeah. Where he's had expected goals in like the 4s and 5s and ended up scoring nothing. But I think on the whole, he played with a lot of control. He played with a lot of maturity, made the right decisions in most places, and he's got the result. And I do believe that we have Ashwin with us in the studio once again. We always enjoy having a chat with Ashwin. Ashwin, how are you feeling today? Congrats on the win.
Hi guys, thank you so much. Yeah, it was to be honest, it was a lucky win. So I think I didn't deserve it because he was like it was just my Van der Sar, so it was the other way around. Usually their Van der Sar like ruins my night, so it was the other way around today. So pretty much sums up it.
On that note, so now are you no longer trying to Van der Sar? Are you maybe on the let's keep Van der Sar side? Are you switching sides? Like, what do you feel?
Yeah, I've changed Daddy. That is Daddy smashing to Van der Sar. So I'm not taking him out of the team anytime soon. So yeah.
Also, we saw a very anti-Ashwin goal we were discussing in this, because we've seen throughout the tournament that you're very reluctant usually to cross the ball, and you yourself have said that has to be on the strong foot. So we saw Ruud Gullit put in a cross with his weak foot. We saw Messi score that with his right foot. So how are you feeling about that?
First of all, going into the match itself was an uphill task, because you've seen Ankit over the past 2 games. He's been a very good player. He's been an insane player. Scored like over 11 goals over the past 2 games. So that itself was to be taken into consideration in the start of the game. Then coming back to the point, that is with Gullit actually has a 5-star weak foot. So that's why he ran down the line and played the RO next. And it was not actually a cross, it was just a driven pass. So I still don't cross.
Fair. As long as it goes from the byline to the box, we will take it, But congratulations. And I just have a small question to end it off. As you mentioned, like 11 goals for Ankit over the last two matches, your defense looked extremely compact. So was there a particular defense idea you had coming in, or was it just discipline?
No, pretty much. Not that much. Like I've been working on my individual game because I've been on a losing spree. So this win will give me a lot of confidence. But yeah, he should have scored 2 or 3 goals today, especially with the corners and stuff. But yeah, it wasn't his lucky day. So
All right, Jai Van der Sar, it is. We
Yeah.
will
yeah.
let you get back.
Jay Van der Sar, yes.
We'll let you get back to your teammate. Good luck to him, and good luck for the co-op coming up as well.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
We most definitely will. Always a great day when it's watching Mumbai City FC and
Oh.
Ankit Gupta after two smashing results. Dealing with the loss quite well, you would have to say, with a smile on his face. And now, pressure game for I'm Beno7 up against Tikka. Let's see what these two can do.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, every single time when I see Ashwin, I get a smile on my face. This time, almost tears in my eyes too. The interview, but hey, I think it's a similar story for Tikka. You can already see it feels like no burden on his shoulders. A light entry into this matchup, whereas for Ben, it's the exact opposite. Every single time he has been in, it's like, yeah, chill mode. All right, Ankit's just demolished his opponent. I can do whatever. But this time, it's actually a surprising affair because, as we mentioned earlier, Tikka's been grinding a lot. Went from Division 2 to 1964. Ben still an elite division player, so we'll see if that factors in.
Yeah, and both players are generally fairly attacking-minded players. They're pretty instinctive players, more so Tikka because he just has this ability to just create something out of absolutely nothing. And we've seen him bring his A game against like the really top elite high-ranked players. So will be interesting to see how he goes up against Ambeno7 because Tikka, whenever he's had to play a more reactive game, has done quite well. But when I think he's more of like the favorite, the guy who people are expecting to take control of the game. Maybe it hasn't quite happened just yet, but let's see how this one goes as we are ready to kick off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the underdog mentality very strong for Tikka. He's able to, almost deny everybody what is standard, but perhaps, as you said, even for himself denying. And is Pele playing in the center midfield here? I wonder. But as usual, as we expect from Tikka, it's not the Zidane, it's not the Vera, it's the Frankie de Jong playing in that midfield. And already you can see, I think maybe on that drop between defenders instruction.
Yeah, quite possible. And I think at the start of the game, you just have to discard where everyone is because the custom tactic is applied and then suddenly just everyone scampers to their correct position. We've seen it go horribly wrong for a couple of players. We've seen Afnan from FC Goa end up with Mbappe as his centre back for his first play. So it can slightly go wrong. But for the moment, Tikka taking charge of this game, looking immediately to fire that in and winning that second ball back. But giving it straight back to Ambeno7 and we haven't really seen a particularly distinct style come across. I know it's just been 2 games from Ambeno7. It will be interesting to see what his approach is. Is he going to be more of the ball hog, the quick counter attack player? It will be interesting to see how his style develops through the tournament.
Yeah, similar to Ankit Gupta, though, electing to run the double Ronaldos, one, of course, towards the center, the standard R9, and then you've got the R7 on the left wing. And I'm curious to see how maybe he himself goes for those crosses. And as you said, because hasn't really had the enough matches yet to establish really or cement his play style and even get that full experience in settle into the LAN atmosphere right now, trying to settle into the attack. He's given the ball away quite cheaply, and Tikka, he's gonna make sure that he doesn't do the same, just controlling and maneuvering around the midfield. It's all about pressure, I think, right now, because when he's sure to be feeling that.
Oh, definitely. And Mumbai City FC, of course, they would love to, as we see a lovely turn there from Mbappe, they would love to just get the 2 wins and knock it out and be done. As Cruyff, you can see just a little cheeky lob and going for a snapshot at the near post, saved by Schmeichel, will be a corner. And I wonder if we're going to see a cross in. Yes, it is Mbappe. Will he run down the line? He's going to look for that back post, surely, with Ronaldo 9. Wins the header, but I think that might be another corner. No, it's a goal kick.
Yeah. calling the players forward, trying to, of course, set up the play slowly. Quite similar again, like we saw in the last game between between Ashwin and Ankit Gupta, where the play styles were quite similar, except, of course, for the attacking tendencies. Here, it's all the way similar, where both of the players are looking to control the ball, looking to get central with it, and trying to just create holes in the opponent defense by stretching them out using the wide areas. And so far, neither has been particularly successful. Tikka definitely showing his trademark, which is those instinctive shots. But hold on, Ben with a ton of space and over the crossbar saves Tikka.
Yeah, just off the post over there. I think maybe he had the opportunity to take it on the stronger foot, but with that little turn away was forced to the weaker foot. Still got a very good shot away off the post. Little unfortunate over there to not hit the back of the net, but the alarm bells definitely will be ringing for Tikka now. He knows that he's got to shore up his defense a little bit more, and we do see that it is Schmeichel in goal for SC's Bengal. Van der Sar, Daddy Van der Sar, not chosen by East Bengal. I don't think he's going to be leaving the Mumbai City FC lineup anytime soon. Is Mr. Edwin?
Yeah, absolutely. And Ben clearly showing his distaste for Edwin Van der Sar after that last game. But hey, maybe it's actually a tactical shot. I mean, we have seen from players before Peter Schmeichel, so it's most definitely possible. But right now, a flurry of cheap giveaways by either team will land the ball back in Tikka's hands. A scoop is there for the shot. Maybe could have taken it on his left foot, but now he's given enough time for the defense to settle back.
And that was a very bad timed finish, you'd have to say over there. Just got that completely wrong. It's horrible when that happens. I mean, it's happened to me plenty of times where your eyes light up when you see that finesse shot opportunity. You just double tap and then the ball just crawls to the goalkeeper in a sad manner. So never nice to experience that. But you're right, he did have the opportunity there with Pele to take that snapshot first time, decided to turn away and look for a better position. But sometimes, like playing FIFA is a lot like house hunting. You just see a good one, just go for it.
Yeah. Oh, and now potentially a good one here for Pele, but again, choosing to turn, I guess not happy with the snapshot so far. Tikka looking to find that 100% play, but usually this is what happens. When players try to be extra safe is where they get extra weak and extra vulnerable.
Oh,
and look at this, R9, the chip. Oh no, that's really good.
Oh, I think there would have been hearts and mouths there, and keeper, brought Ronaldo down as he was running past, as the boxing on the camera happens. On a day when we're just 4 days away from Boxing Day, maybe a poetic celebration being done over there. But got the chip a bit wrong, you would have to say, but had enough time then to sort of recoup and recover his mistake. And it is the goal for SC's Bengal, just exactly what they wanted, to bring this match level for the moment and give away, and we'll be looking to double down soon.
Exactly. It's all about looking to finish that lead off, finish that game off with an extra goal and try to just maintain that lead where on then after you get that goal, because we have to remember, as we can see also in terms of the match result, it is Mumbai City FC with the lead. So for Tikka here, even if he manages to get a draw, it's a pretty sound result because it takes them into the co-op with the scenario where they cannot absolutely lose. So Ben, I think while he is under pressure still, of course, some of it lifted with that goal coming through, and of course the confidence as well. Well, if I can make it happen once, I can definitely make it happen again.
Yeah, and he might go for a cross here with Ronaldo. If that was Ankit Gupta, that ball would have been already in the box. But for the moment, deciding to make Gullit a bit dizzy at the edge of the area by constantly turning. I wonder if dizziness factors into the game. They should include that as an attribute at some point. If you just spin the player around 30 times, at some point he just falls down. But I don't think that's going to be added anytime soon. For the moment, ball being kept quite well by Venezuelan, and I think he will win corner. The suspense is killing us. Oh, it's half time. All right, that's why there's no corner. So yeah, 1-0 to SC's Bengal at half time, and work to do for Tikka, you have to say.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think at the start of this half, he was looking more threatening, and it's why I think he has to just go back to that snapshot-based play style. Some cheeky smiles being exchanged, of course, but I think, like we were talking, right, towards the second part of the half, where he started maybe thinking a step too more, started to try to find the stronger foot, as we've actually seen from Ashwin many a times. It felt like then he lost control, and that's when a beautiful ball over from SCES Bengal, getting Ronaldo that 1v1. And I mean, with R9, once you've got a 1v1, Van der Sar or no Van der Sar, you're most likely.
Yeah, and the chip actually didn't go according to plan at all, but got a bit fortunate that. I mean, we'll say that he was deliberate. We'll say that it was just
Yeah.
an extended first touch that he took to set up the shot. But for now, SC's Bengal have the win that they need, and we see Ronaldo 9 on for Cruyff, as we've established. Cruyff, poor guy, one of the most expendable players in the eISL so far. But when you have the likes of CR7 on your bench, you have to make the most of it.
Especially when the opposition's got him to maybe even just to match that physicality. But right now, Tikka on the attack, moving forward with Ronaldo, just trying to attract some attention onto that Ronaldo, force some defenders to commit. But so far, it's not happened. But look at this, twisting him around, got the ball to Pele, but not looking for the shot just yet. This is very uncharacteristic of Tikka.
Yeah, and almost like skilling his way away from goal over there,
Yeah.
which I found a bit surprising. I mean, it's like he just wants that absolute perfect opening, which is, as you said, very un-Tikka like, because we've seen him score from some crazy angles. Just that instinctive. Whenever he just has to play on instinct and just receive the ball, turn, bang, shoot. That's when he's been at his best. And we're seeing now, we definitely see a crossover here, although he'll be really annoyed that it's Maldini that's received the ball. But hey, Maldini's won the ball back, and it could all work out with the cutback. And the pass, surely a goal. No, it's saved by Van der Sar. And another sigh of relief for Mumbai City FC.
Yeah, they're very much happy with the transfer from the Van der Sar to the J Van der Sar side over here, clearly helping them. But right now, more than that, what they need is a goal. A little too much power, perhaps, on that pass will mean that the ball lands in the feet of SCES Bengal. And once again, on the attack is Ben here. The tempo of the game suddenly increasing, Azim.
Yeah, and of course it has to increase because Tikka's going to be chasing that goal, and that's going to leave spaces. He's brought his keeper out, and that's a penalty. That's, I think, Van der Sar, nobody's going to book Van der Sar.
Yeah.
But now it's really tense. This is a very crucial moment because for Tikka doing the mime with Van der Sar, is he going to go the right way? No, it goes down the middle. He dummied him a bit over there, made it seem like he was going to shoot from the left on the left of the goal, but just let that analog stick slide to the center towards the end. And at 2-0, you'd have to say this is fairly comfortable, and barring a real massive, huge comeback, you'd have to say SC's Bengal are going to force this to a co-op shootout.
Yeah, exactly as you said, right? Keeping that analog towards the left in that penalty towards the start, but as soon as it's the obvious mind game that we've talked about plenty of times. Not that we've got plenty of penalties, but that we've obviously talked about where the player's face turns towards the angle you're keeping the stick in, and of course that lets you play mind games where you can let it go after you put the power on the shot. And Ben doing exactly that, and I have to applaud him for that because 2-0 now, 60 minutes in. We've talked about him being in an unfamiliar position where usually Ankit Gupta handing him the reins after a win to try and close the match out. But for him, this match was all about to try and take it to co-op, and the fact that he's able to do so in quite a convincing fashion so far is something to be given props for.
And also another point just about the penalties is that in actual real life football, you do see a lot of banter happening between the penalty taker and the goalkeeper, as we see Tikka again, I think, just sort of second guessing himself. But about the penalties, I do wonder whether when there are penalties happening in the studio, of course we don't manage to get the audio feeds for it, but wonder if there's a little bit of gamesmanship, a little bit of banter happening across the tables, just a guy saying, "Ha, the right dive, right way, and I think that would add a lot to the flavor of what's going on.
I certainly hope that they're doing that. But talking about hope right now, perhaps it might be running out for Tikka right here because Ben mostly controlling the ball and almost like, I wouldn't say time wasting here, game managing, of course, is how we like to call it, and making sure that Tikka gets frustrated more than anything. The time factor may not be as big a deal right now, but the frustration most definitely evident.
Yeah, and also once again we're seeing that Tikka, whenever he's not made to play against the the sort of the premier player of the
Yeah.
opposing team. Not quite happening. I think maybe Ashwin should just hide the rankings from Tikka before the game and just tell him he's the best player in the world. He won the intergalactic tournament of FIFA 22. He's won. Just build up and hype up the player as much as he can, and then Tikka will suddenly show up and destroy him.
Not the FIFA Global Series, he won the FIFA Galactic Series. So,
Yes.
but as you said, right, it's quite weird, honestly. The fact, even though he started this game with his trademark style, but it almost felt like the easier it got for him, the harder he made it for himself.
Yeah, but he still has enough time though, with pretty much 20 minutes in game left to play. If he gets one goal back in the next 2 or 3 plays, then suddenly the pressure is back on SC's Bengal, and he's got the overlap now with Hernandez. You can see he's getting those fullbacks forward, and he has the goal. He has the goal, and suddenly it is game on. It's 2-1 SC's Bengal and Mumbai City FC, and now the game changes drastically for Ahmedabad.
Yeah, Tikka making it clear to the fans watching, like, hold on to your seats, don't you dare leave the stadium just yet, because this match most definitely on. 14 or so minutes left on that game time clock, and a lot of pressure being applied by Tikka resulted in a wayward pass, getting him the ball back, and again, he can look to control, and look at that stat. The pass is so close, the accuracy, but Tikka is running away with it. Mbappe on the wing, the manual run, he's got the cutback, and he's got the equalizer.
That is an incredible comeback. 2 goals and 2 moves from Tikka. And what is Ashwin saying to him now on the side? Saying, okay, just shut up shop. Let's just take the draw and be happy with it. But I think the mood that Tikka is in, he's probably going to go for the win here.
Absolutely right, exactly as you said it. The mood, the momentum, and again, this is the Tikka we are talking about. Just instinctive shots, going for the near post, perhaps noticing the keeper got away. But hold on, I saw something even more spicy. Both of the players want pauses, but there are no remaining pauses. That's not a situation we've seen before.
Well, you're stuck with what you have on the table, my friends, and maybe at best they'll be able to make like the suggested substitutions.
Yeah.
Which are not necessarily the best. I mean, you don't usually want to take Ronaldo off and bring on Lothar Matthäus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all the tools are on the table, and we're going to see Ruud Gullit. Are we going to see a copy of that Ashwin goal maybe? With Gullit, that's a poor pass. And wait, he's won it back. And now with Pele, couldn't quite squeeze it through. And now SC's Bengal are going to go up the other end. I think he's offside.
Yeah, it's very much become a matchup where it looks like Tikka is controlling most of the possession, and Ben just waiting for that ideal long ball counter-attack opportunity. R9 just lurking behind Tikka's defense, who are right now quite far up the pitch, almost into their opponent's half entirely because of how much of the ball he has, and trying to do exactly that as he looks for his winner, but bodied by Theo Hernandez is Mbappe, and getting the ball back for SC's Bengal, but
Ooh, he's won the ball high up the pitch, and now that's a brilliant turn, and it's the goal for Tikka. He's got it. Is that the winner? That is incredible skill, and the clutch man Tikka celebrating a child. Clearly, what have you been doing, Tikka, in that hotel? But it's a goal, and it is 3-2, and you can see the heads dropping on that SC's Bengal bench.
oh boy, the fruit of Tikka's continuous efforts. I mean, it's just honestly so weird because this matchup feels like a play done in 3 parts, where it started off as like a challenging fight between 2 people, and it feels like for a second Ben ran away with it, but then it's almost like that classic hero storyline where from the trenches the hero pulls it back, and that's Kupu. Oh, so exquisite. Thank you, production, for letting us see it twice, because that definitely deserved it.
Yeah, and that's what the eISL is, ladies and gentlemen. Action, drama, FIFA, and also narrative structure. What more do you want from an esports tournament? As you can see, and just as we were talking, as we mentioned that Tikka was getting higher and higher up the pitch. I'm Benno7 has been getting higher and higher up the chair. He's almost inside the screen now. If you look at his camera, doing pretty much a Saranch. Tikka there just got his cap on. Just hiding his eyes against all kinds of light, and he's got Ginola to win the ball back. Surely he's just going to keep it now. No, he has the ball in behind if he chooses to, but you know what, it's a bit dangerous to run it towards your own corner flag. But yeah, I think he realized that, and that should be the game. And the comeback of dreams for Tikka
Wow.
is complete as Mumbai City FC clinch the win and get those 3 points.
I mean, I know it wasn't as big a goal scoring affair, but given the fact that this was again a Bengal team on one side leading with a convincing lead and then dropping it in the last like 15 minutes or so, 18 minutes I think was when the first goal came in. Ben is going to be traumatized after this. He's like, wait, what? I was winning. I had won. This is like, hey, am I Hamilton? Oh, like what? There is no Marcy here, referee. What are you doing? And nah, it was just pure skill from Tikka just getting it done. And I mean, this is what we expected. Why does this player keep thriving when he is the underdog? That's the question I want the answer to.
Yeah, I think just because like whenever he's like in a neutral game, I think, and even in the big games, he has tended to go down and then come back.
Yeah.
So I guess he's just the kind of player who likes to do it the hard way, and I think he gets more focused and plays more on instinct. And he is an instinct-based player. We have seen that with all 3 goals that he scored. Those instincts really kick in. It's almost like a fight or flight kind of thing that happens to him. And as we have a look at the highlights of this game, lots of opportunities. But I think what Tikka will be happy about most is that, you know, he hasn't had to rely on a goalkeeper or the AI really bailing him out to get the win. Like, this has all been his own work, his own skill. So he'll be really pleased with that.
Exactly, right? If anything, it was the actual opposite, where you hope that Van der Sar's reflection, like for example, in that goal goes over. Maybe you consider that a little bit help, but as you said, 3 goals back to back on pure instinct, and you have to remember that despite the heroics of this player, the giant killer that we've come to call him over the days, I think we have to still remember he's still one of the youngest in our competition, 18 years old, and when coming into the competition, the lowest ranked player. But since then, progressing beyond belief, he's already got himself that skill rating, he's got himself the win today, a comeback win against all odds, and this is what it started all off.
Yeah, that was the 1 goal back. Is Messi to Ronaldo, something you'll never get to see in real life. The assist and the finish, and there you could see Ankit Gupta saying, okay, calma, it's fine. But then again, playing the perfect ball again on instinct, not wasting any time with a ball roll or a scoop turn or anything, just smashing that in. And you could see in that moment Ashwin almost goading him around, saying, come on, one more, you can do it. And I don't think settling for a draw was ever part of the plan, and this was just beautiful individual skill to get that winner in the 88th minute. And SCEB Bengal had no real answer after that.
I don't think I've ever seen that reaction from Ashwin. Just shock on his face, because you're like, what was that scoop? But hey, again on the EXG, Tikka showing us why we call him an instinctive player, right? Because even the computer is not expecting those shots to be going in. It's just perfect timing on the placement or even the positioning of the player. He just seems to, like, it's almost like he's in VR mode, and he's the player himself, understands the balance very, very well, and it's honestly a pleasure to watch because quite different from what we regularly see from the more experienced players.
Yeah, and honestly, nothing apart from really the possessions had to choose between these two players. 57% possession, but like passes, tackles, interceptions, everything very, very similar. But let's quickly find out a little bit more about our Mumbai City FC boys and what they've been having to say about their experience in the tournament so far.
Hi guys, my name is Karman, I'm 18 and I'm from Delhi and I'm representing Mumbai City FC.
Hey guys, this is Ashwin from Chennai. I'm 24 and I represent Mumbai City FC. So when I qualified, I was so happy and proud to represent Mumbai City FC in this tournament. So when I saw what are the format and other things was, it's a league format and it's a 4-month-long league which is going to take place.
Same thing happened with me as Ashwin. A friend of mine from Pune called me saying that it is your tournament, showcase all your skills. It's a great stage to show everything you have. Now I'm here for 4 months and I'm here to win or learn, not to lose.
In the first week of eISL, we just played 1 game and we lost it. It was a shaky start for us, but everything is a learning curve. We are learning from our mistakes. It's a 4-month-long tournament and I'm sure we'll learn from it and we are going to rock the stage.
In FIFA, everyone is used to play 1v1, but I'm used to play 2v2 too because of my cousins and friends. And Ashwin, my teammate, is also used to play 2v2, and I have a lot of confidence, Ashwin, that we're going to link up really good in the co-op and destroy all the teams that comes in ahead of us.
In the first week of eISL, in our individual performances, there was nothing special. But the most relieving part which came for us was a co-op game. So if you see the highlights also, the second goal which we scored was like so good. We gelled up so nicely, and I never knew that Karman was so good, and we had like a chemistry that's actually going on during the game also. So I'm very much looking forward to it, and I'm sure we'll have a great tournament.
Out of 11 teams, Chennai FC is the favourites to win the league. But me and my partner will try to whitewash every opponent and try to win the league for Mumbai City FC.
We all know that Chennai and FC are the favourites to win the tournament. I would consider ourselves to be the dark horses of the tournament because I consider ourselves to be a surprise package and would upset any team on a given day. I would like to thank my family and friends for supporting me throughout this journey, and for you, the fans, you guys make it special. We are sure we'll make you proud. Amchi Mumbai, Amchi City.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this matchup between Mumbai City FC and the side of SCEB Bengal. And of course, you're seeing the smiles, the chill attitude of the Mumbai City FC boys because they've already secured the 3 points, as you can see.
Yeah, and of course now playing for pride will be SCEB Bengal, playing to get their form back, particularly Ankit Gupta. We did see Beno 7 getting the 2 goals that he's averaged in his games so far, but Ankit Gupta, guy who's been averaging 5.5 goals per game, did have an XG of 4.1 for his particular match, but ended up not troubling, well actually troubling Ashwin's keeper quite a lot, but not troubling the goal scorers or the goal record keepers, shall I say, because it was 1-0 and 3-2, a fabulous comeback by Tikka in those last 20 minutes of the game to come back from 2 goals down, and now they can enjoy themselves. They can experiment a little bit. Are we going to see, is this the day that we see John Joe Shelby? No, it's not.
Oh, actually, about that. So I was talking to a couple players yesterday. We had Ibra on yesterday, and they were saying we noticed Azim was not on because we were about to bring Giorgio Shelby. So it might actually happen. They have taken note of that.
All right. Oh, I would absolutely love that. Yeah, just for some fun, just take Root Gullit off, get Nathan Ake on, see if anyone can tell the difference, particularly for Mumbai City FC. It'll be fun to see a few gags happening through the course of the tournament. Mumbai City FC starting this game very, very confidently. They've been decent in co-op. I think a little hit and miss here and there, but largely have worked well together as a unit. We see Zidane and Gullit in midfield, ball being passed around very quickly, and you can see over there like just the passes being fired in there, high on confidence, enjoying themselves, and I think we'll probably see SCEB Bengal mostly trying to play on the counter-attack, although they'll need a little bit more quality on the ball than that.
I hope we just get to see some end-to-end action because, I mean, like you said, neither teams really have anything to lose, everything to gain. For SCEB Bengal, an opportunity to just at the end of the day, it is still just their third matchup. A loss is devastating, but not as much as it might have been to say Mumbai City FC if they were to get the loss. So they need to try and build back the momentum from here for their future matches. And for Mumbai City FC, it's a little more complicated than that because that game win can be a big deal for them in their middle of the pack fight for that third and fourth place in the playoffs.
Yeah, and of course for SCEB Bengal, they really want to get the momentum going because, well, the way our scheduling has been going, they'll probably play again in like 3 months' time. So you don't want to be stewing on a loss for that long. But no, I'm quite sure we'll probably see them back in action next week or the week after that. But for now, it's all about this game, and you can see Ankit Gupta loves those balls in behind, but not quite able to get from one Ronaldo to the other, and as Marquinhos will casually slide that ball out of defense. No real massive urgency for Mumbai City FC to do anything really at this game, as what should have been a foul by Carlos Alberto. I think the referee just letting that be. And another smashing ball in behind. Pele, will he look for the cross? He does. He's found Ronaldo, and what a save! And it is eventually in. Because that one, I think it took a deflection on its way, but eventually nothing Van der Sar could do.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm sure TFC will forgive Van der Sar for that, but hey, this is selfie celebration showing us, of course, the virtual fans as well. I kind of wish we had actual SCEB Bengal by City FC fans. That would be cool. Maybe for eISL too.
just request them to yeah, because also look, it mostly looks like there are tourists who have come to Mumbai and Kolkata, and have decided to just all show up for one football match together, which is nice. But for now, Mumbai City FC, of course, they're going to want to get the win themselves, as we've mentioned, in that battle for fourth place. Number of games won could be absolutely crucial. So we will see them building slowly, steadily, and let's see if they can get the whitewash that they would so love.
Exactly, that game win can be huge for them, but again, as was similar in the game between Ben and Tikka, the start of the game in control of SCEB Bengal. They've already found that opening goal, and in fact, it does look like they are able to continuously find these switches of plays. It's almost like a compromise between Ben and Ankit's style, where they're of course going for those long balls, but trying to do so in the manner where they get one player forward rather than just going for the Ankit Gupta style of run it down and cross, because he's really damn good at it. And I like the fact that they have that compromise, that synergy already, because again, this is just their third game. They're building on their experiences compared to, say, Mumbai City FC, who I believe are in their 7th game.
Yes, that would be game 7 for Mumbai City FC, and well, they'll be looking to make it 9 points, I would think. After that, and of course, still with the game in hand on Bengaluru FC, who currently occupy that coveted 4th spot. But they are going to face stiff competition from well, Northeast United FC, as well as SCEB Bengal also, once they start playing more of the games and the table starts taking a clearer picture. But for the moment, we're seeing Mumbai City FC also occasionally try that long ball in behind, and I'm quite sure it's Tikka who's doing that, because Ashwin would never abandon his principles and press that square button or a circle, depending on classic or alternate. But for the moment, chance for Zidane. It's into Ronaldo. Didn't take the shot. Opens it up for Pele, and what a screamer into the corner. I'm quite sure that's Ankit who's taking, that's Ashwin who's taking that shot, because that's trademark.
Yeah, and it's very surprising to see Tikka like holding on to the urges almost, because in that situation, because it's a co-op, I actually think it's the right decision, because I assume he's getting the call from Ashwin. He's like, I am completely free. Hey Tikka, pass it to me, pass it to me, pass it to me. And for Tikka, for an instinctive player to, you know, push down is like, I'm not going to take the shot. My teammate is making a call. I'm going to follow the call. I really like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Mumbai City FC again being given the ball back by SCEB Bengal. And of course, for SCEB Bengal, even necessarily just taking the lead won't give them confidence, because they have in the last game squandered a 2-goal lead. So it could be a case of deja vu over here, taking the lead and then suddenly is finding Mumbai City FC coming straight back at them and overturning it. You see lots of players open in the box. You see Gullit with the roulette and passes. Oh, I think he could have gone to the return pass over there. What do you think?
I certainly do, and I think Ashwin did as well, because I think it was Ashwin with the gullet there. He's like, hey, you could have gone for the return, but right now a ton of space. The perfect slide tackle, though that would have definitely been a red card if he missed, but the deflection of the slide going in favor of SCEB Bengal. Ronaldo is free, and he's like, hey, the standard classic Ronaldo celebration. That's got to bring some hype back for SCEB.
Oh, definitely. Taking the lead back again, and yeah, this is seeming like a attack first, think about defending later kind of game, which is what we always enjoy as casters. We would love to see like a 6-5 at the end of this, because it's a game that both sets of players can just experiment, try out a few new things, enjoy themselves. But Mumbai City FC did actually have a very good chance just before that counter attack, and I think poor decision made over there to not pass the ball back to Gullit. As we see, it's Theo Hernandez. The red controller, I do believe, would be Ashwin.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you have to.
I mean, just purely based on the basis that he did not cross the ball, I would assume it's Ashwin. But on the counter attack now, you know they're looking for that long ball at every possible opportunity, and not this one. Just because I mentioned it and they had to prove me wrong. But he has Ronaldo in the box, and that's a great shot, and again well saved by the feet of Van der Sar. This time the deflection falling kindly for Mumbai City FC, and the half ends with a score 2-1 to SCEB Bengal.
There, yeah, you can see clearly Ankit Gupta feeling the Van der Sar trauma. You know, he's like, कुछ जाता ही नहीं है अंदर, क्या करे?
Yeah, you can see the laughter there.
He knows. Even that goal was because of the deflection. Tikka is like, alright guys, fine. Because of what Van der Sar did in the past couple of games, we'll let you have that.
Yeah, but this was really well worked between the two of them. I thought they may have lost the chance when he didn't elect to shoot with Ronaldo in the first instance, but perfectly executed there. The shot from Pele, using the stronger foot, of course, as Ashwin always does, firing it into that far corner and giving it straight back. Gullit just giving it straight to his likeness in the other team. And now, okay, they've got in behind over here, but another crucial tackle by Vieira. Is that a chip? Surely not. Surely not.
I guess we know which player is Ankit Gupta now going for. I am not sure either if that was a chip or a cross. Couldn't have been a cross, so there was nobody in the box. Maybe a panic shot, smashing the tackle button, getting the shot through. Hey, you never know. But right now, Gullit on the wing. This was actually the opposite scenario where Mumbai City got a goal with this, but Ronaldo able to walk away from his defenders, but no. Trying to go for the near post shot and Van der Sar had it.
Yeah, I think he had a pass open to him, which I think he was just like totally zoned in to just getting that solo goal, and an awful clearance there by Mumbai City FC, just hitting his own player, and well, the damage limitation is that they get a corner, and we will see Mbappe surely will go for that far post cross. He's got Ronaldo 7 open if he can find him, and decides not to, strangely, because it was Ronaldo 7 against Theo Hernandez, which is a pretty good shout for Ronaldo to win that head.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, I guess. But now, going for a direct corner, okay, I like the experimentation, but standard rule, at least in FIFA 22, not as much I think in FIFA 21, don't even bother putting it close to the keeper. It's like they have magnet fingers, especially Van der Sar. But on the attack now, Theo Hernandez, brilliant use of the pace, but you can't just keep running. The cross needed to be there, and now I'm wondering if the blue player is Ashwin, because the cross didn't come.
Yeah, but an overload now on this left flank for Mumbai City FC, and that should be a goal. Yep, that's 3-1. I won't say that's the game just yet, because we've seen Tikka just overturn a 2-goal lead, but you can see Mumbai City FC over there. I think it was just a simple case of overcommitting the fullback and then being a man light on defense. And once you're in that kind of position, particularly in co-op, where you have complete control of where your strike partner is going to run, it's very rare that would not end up with a chance, and in this case it will.
It really does come down to just those small things, making sure your players are in their right position, they're not overcommitting, or if they are, then well, you better make it count. Get either the goal through or at least reset the ball for the counter, and that's where small mistakes can result in large consequences. But right now, playing the 1-2 is something that got them the initial goal, trying to create the space. The roulette though ended up into a player, but a lucky deflection will get Eusebio back in play.
Yeah, and still camped at the edge of the box. Will they go for Gullit? A great shot, still going to fall to Pele, and now Eusebio, and saved again by Van der Sar. That is incredible. And is Van der Sar, hashtag Van der Sar, going to trend again from Mumbai City FC?
Oh, interesting cross. I think they were looking for the header maybe from that cross into the box. It was a little far for the shot, but once again, SCS Bengal trying to find the long ball counter. It will not happen. Instead, it falls back to Kafu. And we've got that end-to-end action we wanted. Tikka was able to exploit this very well to get some goals for himself in the last game. Trying to do that again. Deja vu for me almost. The Ronaldo almost getting that scoop. If that scoop went through, surely that was good.
Yeah, well, considering it's Van der Sar, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It would have been a shot on target, let's say. But for the moment, it's actually a poor giveaway and a little fortune on the deflection to get the ball back for Mumbai City FC. But if they want to get something from this game, I mean, they're going to get all 3 points anyway, but from this particular game, if they want to get something, I think they need a goal within the next, let's say, within the Tikka window, shall we say, of 72 minutes onwards.
And it looks like it has to be this attack, you know. Gullit able to marshal the ball away from the attacker, get it back to his own, and the 1-2 set up to clear up Ronaldo, who will free up his namesake, going for the chip, and it's exquisite. They landed, and I assume that's okay. Sure.
Oh yeah. And you know, the kind of stretched game that this is really suits the way Ankit Gupta likes to play.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy on the counter attack. He's always very instinctive. He goes for those chips. He goes for those interesting moves and passes. And over there, you knew as soon as he was in that position, he was 100% going to go for the chip. Or no, actually no. I think
Yeah,
that
I
was
think,
Ben
yeah.
07. It was Ben who went for the chip. So clearly a team tactic. It seems to go for chip shots.
Yeah, I think they've bifurcated Ronaldo's. Ankit's like, I chip with R7, you chip with R9.
Quite possible. But for what's going on in the heads for Mumbai City FC now? They're like, are they discussing the Jonjo Shelby move? I wonder. Let's see. Let's pay a close eye to our substitutions and see what changes have been made. To see Salah on for Pele, interesting. Just giving him a little bit of game time. Eusebio on for Ronaldo for SCEB Bengal. And Messi on for Ronaldo as well. Although we do have Eusebio in, I mean, surely you have to cross in that situation. Come on, Ashwin. That's a goal you just gave up.
Yeah, I think maybe even you can go for the slow cross, the LB cross where he sort of lofts it up. Choosing not to, and they do get back the ball. A lot of cheap giveaways in this game, but so far SCEB Bengal have been the team that have exploited it very well. Despite you can see, I think possession and passes stats where Mumbai City have had most of it. As you said though, like the nature of this game suiting Ankit Gupta a lot, but that pass not so much. I feel like you could have just run with Salah.
Yeah, quite possible that he could. I mean, it was a good pass, but unfortunately needed a more physical player to be chasing it, like maybe a Ronaldo 9 or CR7 would probably have made more of that.
Ooh.
As it another chip? No, but I think this time a little too ambitious.
Yeah, this time it was Ankit. You can see Ben be like, yo, I was there on the other side, but you can see the players just having a little bit of fun now, right? And rightfully so, because at the 82-minute mark from 4-1 down, there's not going to be a comeback here most likely, but maybe a contender for goal of the season from either team.
Yeah, quite possible, and of course, a lot of these guys will be thinking of themselves as maybe winning that MVP title. Well, points up for grabs over there as well. The more goals you score, the higher your likelihood of winning that award. And Ankit Gupta will be looking to add to his tally in that respect as well, as we see SCEB run that ball out. And I think now, at 85 minutes, we can safely say that this match this game, not this match, is going to SCEB.
Yeah, surely, because I mean, even though MCFC is mostly controlling the possession, it does look like a state where they're more like, yeah, let's just run out the clock and get this over with. We want to celebrate our points. Ooh. Now
Yeah,
I'm thinking red is Ashwin.
Yeah, and just a great finesse shot aiming directly at the broadcast camera and hitting it. Don't be fooled, viewers. He was not going for goal there. He was aiming for the camera and he absolutely hit the target. And Theo Hernandez now will concede a corner. Let's see. Actually, this is not a moment to give away your special routines. You want to save those for the crunch moments in matches. So I would expect just a simple standard cross into the box to the opposition player. That's exactly what I was expecting. Yes. And given straight back, so clearly returning the favor and getting in each other's way. It's all descended into anarchy here, but it's going to be Messi with a crazy ball. Oh, that's beautiful, that's brilliant, and that's the goal. I think that was Ankit Gupta as well. You can see with a little smile on his face. With Lionel Messi, it ends 5-1, so SCEB Bengal continuing their tradition of scoring a minimum of 5 goals in at least one game. And that was beautiful individual close control. So you could say a slight lesson for Mumbai City FC in that bit of work still remaining for their co-op, but in the end it is going to be 3 points for Mumbai City FC, and you could say to an extent some slight bragging rights to SCEB Bengal.
Yeah, definitely, and also like a little bit of just not just visual, but in terms of goal difference, going to hurt Mumbai City FC because they came into this matchup with a 0 goal difference, and they did not score enough across the 2 matches to account for the 5 goals that they let in over here. So they're going to end with, yes, plus 3 points, but I think a minus 3 goal difference. So we'll see about how that pans out.
Well, FIFA can be a cruel beast at many times, but also 2 games won very crucially, so that'll help them when it comes down to the 4th place, if indeed they are in that conversation, and I'm sure we'll see the leaderboard soon and we will be able to find out. But for now, these are the highlights. Goal fest, you would have to say, but most of the goals only for one team, which was SCEB Bengal. And a couple of ridiculous, you can see the laughter on both sides. Both players just going, what is going on with these saves? And unfortunately for Mumbai City FC, Van der Sar couldn't give them a few more. This was a very, very well worked goal from them. Tikka doing the leg work and leaving it to Ashwin to smash that into the corner. And oh, there you go. Waving the finger, but eventually it would be all downhill from there.
It's trademark Ashwin shot too, just like going across the goal and finding like the edge of the goal, not even like I would say like not even like deep into the pocket, just towards the edge where it might have hit the crossbar if it was slightly off time, but he's got it perfectly. And with LA, well, if you get it perfectly, it's surely going in. But as you can see, I think after the first couple of goals, especially I think this goal that SCEB Bengal was able to get, this one, the one right after this, it felt like Mumbai City FC was just like, yeah, alright, we just want to get this game over with to go celebrate our points.
Yeah. I just always get the impression from Ankit Gupta that like he's going to be like one of those guys who's trash talking across the table. Like he just, I don't know, something about him that just gives me that
Cheeky.
vibe that this guy is, he's saying a few cheeky things across the table. And there were opportunities for Mumbai City FC as well. Van der Sar coming to the rescue twice in this moment. Ashwin, I think, preparing more daddy jokes in the meanwhile while that was happening. And after that, it was just counter-attack after counter-attack. And this was a lovely chip from MCFC getting his goal. And will be interesting to see how many of the goals were scored by the red cursor of Ankit Gupta. Because I'm sure he'll be wanting to keep his goal tally as high as he possibly can. Great ball in behind. And this one, well, not quite working out. You can see as well the cheeky grin at the end of it.
Cross. Okay. The lip reading tells me that, of course, Ben asking for the cross, but at that point it didn't really matter much. This is, of course, one of Ankit Gupta's goals. So I think he scored 2 or 3, I'm not sure. But quite evenly spread out in that matchup for both players.
Yeah, and you could see Mumbai City FC, I think after a while they'd given up. You look at the XG, 1.1 to 5.8 for SCEB Bengal. And most of those opportunities in the second half on the counter attack, you would have to say.
Yeah.
At a point where Mumbai City FC, I think at 2-1 had sort of given up on the match. And at that point, I mean, it was pretty easy pickings, but it will be good for SCEB Bengal's confidence to have scored those 5 goals after losing their initial 2 games. And yeah, let's take a quick look to remind you of the results in this game. It was 1-0 between Ashwin and Ankit Gupta, 3-2 after coming back from 2 goals down in the last 20 minutes from Tikka, a very key moment in this game. And of course, 5-1 humbling for Mumbai City FC in that final co-op match.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how important that win was for SCEB Bengal with respect to trying to keep that momentum, but let's take a look at the hero of the match. And I have a weird feeling of who it's going to be, the comeback king. Perhaps, yes, it is going to be Tikka. No, it's not the comeback king. He's the underdog king, I guess. Absolutely insane when he's the underdog.
The clutch king, I think we could call him. Because he's, I mean, it was a very, very crucial result that he managed to get out, because if MCFC had held on to that 2-0 lead, I mean, this would have looked like a thrashing by the end of it, with SCEB Bengal getting all 3 points and absolutely destroying Mumbai City FC in the co-op game. But a very, very crucial key result which propels Mumbai City FC up the table. You can see these individual brilliance, instinctive goals, and this one as well. You could see the hold-up play and then the pass. And I think actually it was Tikka with the shot, because that goal is counted on his account. So we've been crediting the wrong person all along.
Yeah, quite a switch up of players, but in hindsight, I guess it makes sense that Tikka taking that instinctive shot. It was a trademark Ashwin. Hey, I think we have one of the Mumbai City players lined up and ready. Actually, before that, the leaderboard itself. As you can see, Mumbai making their way to 5th. The 4 wins, 4 losses. They made it even and tied with Bengaluru FC in terms of every single aspect. The games, matches, and of course wins as well. So very close to that playoff spot. They just got to maintain this form.
Yeah, and of course, Mumbai City FC, the win in that last game could have been crucial for them, because their goal difference has fallen down by, 4, so they would have been level, and actually they could have been dead level with Bengaluru if they'd managed to get that win. So fine margins, these are the absolute fine margins, and Northeast United FC and Kerala Blasters will be looking at that leaderboard now in 4th and 5th and saying, hang on, we are very much part of this discussion about this.
Yeah, and I think SC is Bengal as well, right? Because yes, their unbeaten streak is gone, but hold on to that because we have got the Clutch King himself, Tikka, ready for a conversation. So let's head on over there. Tikka, first of all, big congratulations for the win. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm feeling like very good after going 2-0 down and clutching in the last few minutes. It was a really intense game.
Yeah, but what were you thinking at that moment? At 2-0, did you think at 78 minutes or 72 minutes that there was enough time to come back and win it?
Yeah, like FIFA is a game full of surprises. Anything can happen anytime. So I believed in myself. Ashwin also told me a few things like switch your formation, start pressing more. Then somehow I managed to score 3 goals.
All right. A quick question before you let you go. What went wrong for you guys in co-op today?
I think we took co-op for granted. Like it was a deserved loss for us. Like we got a good beating from East Bengal. So I think we'll need to practice more on our defense now.
Well, enjoy the win and also belated happy birthday to you. We didn't manage to wish you a couple of days ago, but hope you had a good day and hope you have a good week ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, that was our hero of the match, Tikka. As you could say, as he said, rightfully so. FIFA definitely a game full of surprises. But hey, one of the key surprises, him getting that win and Mumbai City getting those 3 points, taking down and making sure at the end of the day today now, no more undefeated teams.
Yeah, and that's how we want it to be. I mean, we want to make sure that it's as competitive and as tight as possible, and these guys are giving us a great eISL so far.
Yeah, and talking about a great eISL, we have to thank the entities that helped make it happen. eISL powered by Coca-Cola with Nordwind Gaming as our esports partner, Hero as our associate sponsor, and PlayStation as our platform partner. And with that, that is the end of the match day today. A very exciting matchup here, which led to the loss for SCEB Bengal and a return to form for Mumbai City FC. And make sure you're there for the next matchup to find out how exactly this unfolds, because the league action is getting oh so spicy. See you with the next match.